Gordon Hepler gripped the armrests of the chair until his knuckles went white. "What's the verdict? Am I going blind?" "Let's have a look at the new pictures." Dr. Deming rolled his chair aside, allowing Gordon a clear view of the computer screen. Side by side, grainy but brightly colored images displayed the inner workings of Gordon's eyeballs. Gordon leaned closer, blinking to sharpen his vision. The series of green, blue, and yellow smokestack shapes with their black centers glared at him. "They look the same to me." Gordon rubbed the Band-Aid on the back of his hand where the doctor had injected the dye. Dr. Deming's expression didn't change. It never did, not in the 3 months Gordon had been coming to Denver to see the eye specialist. The doctor consulted the manila file folder that held printouts of more pictures like the one on the screen, flipping pages, making notes. His silence confirmed Gordon's fear. "Your night vision?" Dr. Deming asked. "Any change?" Gordon shook his head. "Not that I can tell." But not worse didn't mean it was good. Dr. Deming made more notes. He closed the folder and dovetailed his fingers on top of it. His gray eyes under bushy eyebrows captured Gordon's gaze. "You taking your blood pressure meds? Your readings were high this afternoon." Gordon nodded. "Yours would be too if you were in my shoes, waiting to find out if you might lose your vision." "White coat syndrome," Dr. Deming muttered. "I'll chalk it up to that, but I want you to start monitoring your pressure twice a day. You can pick up an inexpensive machine at any drugstore. Call me if your readings don't stay level, and I'll tweak your prescription. What about your caffeine intake?" "I'm watching it." Dr. Deming didn't seem to notice Gordon's stretching of the truth. And bottom line, it was Gordon's vision at stake, not the doctor's, if Gordon didn't follow the suggestions. He'd gone to half-calf, but another glance at the lack of improvement between today's images and the ones taken on his first visit was enough to convince him he'd have to switch to straight decaf. Dr. Deming went on. "I think we can wait another few months before taking further steps. There's a laser treatment, but given the location of your leaks, I'd rather give things a chance to clear up on their own." "Is that the only option?" Gordon asked. Dr. Deming shook his head. "No, there's a newer treatment called photodynamic therapy, should it come to that. Meanwhile, I strongly suggest you get away from the stress of your job for a while. Retinal detachment is a complication we don't need." "I'm the chief of police. Mapleton might be a small town compared to Denver, but it's hard to pick up and leave just to avoid the pressures." Granted, most of them were budgetary and staffing headaches, understaffing headaches to be precise, which had him filling holes in shifts. Even without that, it wasn't a 9-to-5 job he could shut the door on when he left the office. "They're your eyes, Gordon. I've already explained the risk factors." Right. Stress, hypertension, both of which Gordon had in spades, and caffeine, which he could control. He stood and extended a hand to the doctor. "Understood. I've got some vacation time." Dr. Deming stood and returned the handshake. "Use it. I want to see you in a month, and don't forget the blood pressure monitor." Gordon stiffened his spine and tried to swap the worry on his face for a smile before opening the door to the waiting room. He took his gloves from his jacket pockets and pulled them on, hiding the evidence of his injection. Angie Meade looked up from her cell phone, turning her clear blue eyes his way. "Such a pain you had to come all the way to Denver for an eye test. How did it go?" "Fine. Get your errands done?" he asked, changing the subject. He hadn't been able to bring himself to tell her about his CSR, central serous retinopathy. She nodded. "Yep. Should we head home?" "You know what?" he said. "Let's get a room here in Denver for the night. We can have a nice dinner, a glass of wine or two, and not have to deal with the drive to Mapleton." Which, given when the sun went down this time of year, would save him driving the mountain roads in the dark. Or asking Angie to drive, another evasion she hadn't seemed to notice when they'd gone out after dark. "The two of us. A quiet night together." She looped her arm in his and tugged him toward the exit. Not too quiet, I hope.